Now then, the first contest we have for you is a middleweight bout, Stan King and Colin Manners. Colin Manners, we await Stan King. And here comes Stan the man. There we go, the pro box ratings. One of these fighters, Jimmy McDonald, as we say so often on pro box, the record does not do him justice.
I have to totally agree, Dave, because, you know, having viewed both these boys before, we know that there's two live wires involved in this contest.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
Alan
to
Hughes
the
doing the honours as MC tonight.
Roadhouse Hotel for an evening of championship boxing in aid of the Michael Watson Appeal Fund, promoted by Matchroom and sponsored by the Daily Mirror and the Sunday Mirror newspapers. All your officials are appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, your area representative, the outright holder of the Lonsdale belt, Johnny Pritchett, your matchmaker for the evening, Frank Turner. And ladies and gentlemen, we're delighted to have with us all our viewers on Screen Sport in the British Isles, Sport Canal in Germany and Austria, Sportnet in Holland and Belgium, and TV Sport in France and Switzerland. The opening contest is a middleweight contest at 11 stone 8 pounds over 8 3-minute rounds. Introducing in the red corner with the blue shorts from Leeds, Colin Manners. And his opponent in the blue corner with the white shorts from Forest Hill, Stan King. At the weigh-in today, Manners scaled 11 stone 6, King 11 stone 6 3/4 pounds. Your referee for the opening contest, Adrian Morgan. Your timekeeper, Ray Rice.
So the formalities taken care of by Alan Hughes. Stan King is in the white trunks with the black side panel, and in the blue trunks is Colin Manners. This is scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds, and look out for an explosive start for this one.
As you can see, both boys going straight into the fray, no feeling out process, and it's how both boys like to fight in top gear right from the very beginning.
Yeah, they're both good starters, Jim. In fact, we've seen Colin Manners bomb out Wayne Ellis, the Ross middleweight champion, in a round. We saw that back in September of last year.
That's
and we
right.
know he can punch.
Just see a little bit of concern there from Stan King. He felt he'd been cut on the eye, but fortunately he's okay. Just grazed the side of his brow with his glove, but everything's fine. But, you know, both these boys are unloading right from the off with bombs and trying to take each other out. He is cut now, Dave. I've just picked it up. King's got a bad cut on the right eye.
Yeah, it looks like a vertical slash right between eyebrow and nose. It doesn't look a good cut, if there is such a thing as a good cut. The blood's going to start running into his eye any moment.
Two things take place now in the fighters' minds. The guy who's been cut starts to panic if he hasn't got the experience to deal with it, and the other guy's adrenaline goes into overdrive, and he goes looking for the finish.
Well, King, not inexperienced. He's had 23 fights, but it looks a nasty cut.
And as you've always said, Dave, the fighter's the last person in the hall to know just how bad that cut is.
That's right. We know, and I suspect his cornermen know.
This is more sensible from Stan King. He's trying to put his don't get a hit hat on and try and get through this round without any more damage being inflicted on the injury. Sensible move.
Manners trying to unload on him and catches him with a good right. And King's battle plan has just evaporated in this opening section.
You know, Manners probably feels you've got to speculate to accumulate, and he's done just that. He's caused an injury, he's inflicted damage, and towards the end of this round, he's had King under real pressure.
Well, this is Colin Manners, who we have to say won that opening round. Now, I wonder what's going on with the cut in the Stan King corner. There we are. We can see a cornerman at work on a cut, Jimmy.
That's right. That's the million-dollar question now, Dave, at this stage of the contest, because I'd like to get a close-up on that, because it looks a serious injury, and there you see it. It's a vertical cut, diagonal position, more above the nose, the centre pocket, as it were, than either eye. So let's hope that that's a little bit of luck, if there is any luck involved on such an injury. Seems to have patched it up well, Dave.
I haven't a doubt whether it can go the full 8-round trip, but we shall see. Round two then. Manners in the blue, King in the white. And King with that bad cut on his right eyebrow.
See, two things can happen now. Stan King can feel desperate and give it an all-or-nothing routine and just go for broke. Depending on what instructions he's received from his corner, they might have told him it ain't going to roll up, and he's going to gamble as he looks like he may be doing. So it may be an important moment in the contest for Manners to keep his guard nice and compact and tight, not walk into anything silly.
There have been one or two questions raised, I do know, about possibly Manners' stamina later on in the contest. If King can sort of hang around and is still there around the 5-6 round mark, he might be in with a shout, but quite clearly Colin Manners in the blue is going to go all out to win this contest early.
And you know, no matter what happens in this round and the rounds preceding, the fact that Stan King is cut will keep Manners in with a chance at all times. And
that's right.
He knows that. He seems to have adopted his tactics now, Stan King. He's trying to work behind the left jab and then crunch them right hands over the top as Manners comes into the fray and looks to be the forcer or the aggressor. Sensible ploy. This is really turning into a battle now. Both boys are swapping shots and really laying the hammer down, as it were. This is going to be a tough contest.
Yes, King has done particularly well to get through this round. I'd like to have seen Manners show a little bit more aggression in this round, capitalise on the openings that he gave himself in round one. He's rather stood back and let Stan King come into this contest.
Is he asking himself, Dave, that they've done a good job on the injury and I might have to go the distance, and thinking about pacing it with the stamina problem in question that you picked up on?
Yeah, that is a very good point. That could well be in the back of his mind. End of the second.
Good round for King.
Absolutely, he's clawed his way back into this contest.
No question about that. But very entertaining contest.
And we're with Colin Manners, who leads, 30 years of age, having fight number 12 tonight.
Just
never been stopped, all his losses, the 4 defeats in his career, all been on points.
obviously comes into the durable category.
It certainly does. And Stan King, well, there's not quite the alarms and excursions there were in his corner between rounds 1 and 2. Normal service resumed.
10 seconds.
And it doesn't look like he pressed the panic button, where he just went for a break, stayed nice and cool.
Round 3.
Third round of the scheduled 8-round middleweight contest at the Grosvenor House Hotel, the Pro Box Sporting Club.
Manners impresses me defensively. He really does keep his composure when he's under pressure, keeps his hands in good position, because a couple of them bombs that are coming home from King, like you just seen there with the left hook, will certainly put his durability stance on the line, because they're brutal thunderbolt shots. The work rate of King is the deciding factor right now, Dave, between these two, because both boys are putting out good quality work, but more of it is coming from Stan King.
And there's really no trace of that cut. The corner really have done a super job.
Absolutely 10 out of 10.
Well, the cut, just as I say that, the cut opens up again. There was a suspicion of a clash of heads there.
Yeah, when they're fighting as they are now, close combat, you know, as I always state, you can't get into the water and not get wet. And there is going to be contacts, and that's obviously not the remedy for solving a cut.
And once again, Manners takes heart at the side of the cut on his opponent's side. Tries to unload on him. Left hook, knockdown.
Something had to give. The shots they were swapping, the chins cannot be made of cast iron, and there's the first answer to who's going to wilt first.
Well, we're in the last 10. He might make it.
There's obviously lead in them legs right now.
Well, he made it through the round. As he slumps to his corner, we will take a short break ourselves. Join us again in just a moment. And welcome back. Well, let's take another look at that knockdown, Jim.
It's the left hook that does the damage. You see him swapping shots, good shots from King, but there you see it. One short, crisp left hook, and bang, on his pants.
Right on the button. Round 4 then, scheduled for 8. And Colin Manners has it in to finish this contest now.
It's the left hook that he favours, and he really is going to be playing that on overdrive now, because That's the one he's had his initial success with, and Stan King really needs to stay alert, because that's going to be a danger weapon from now on in. That's better from King. He needs to get that left hand to work, keep his distance from the dangerous punching of Manners. But it's certainly an intriguing contest. He's trying to draw him on now, Dave. Manners is just playing the old game of coming to the spider's web.
We're a minute into the round, and Manners trying to unload. King tucking up very well, as indeed he did in the second, and starting to ease his way back. Minute to go in this round 4.
It really is give and take, Dave. No one has really been the sort of what you'd call the enforcer. First one goes forward, but then the other one goes forward. It's really give and take, and as I've already stated, it makes for a fascinating contest.
It does indeed, but I really would like, as I said in round 2, I'd like to have seen Manners have the courage of his convictions a little bit more, and just up the pace a little bit, because he's cut his opponent, he's had his opponent on the floor, and I think really he might have been a little bit more positive in this round, because he's allowed King back in again.
Yeah, I think you've already hit the reason on the head why, if he's capable of stepping the pace up, the reason why he hasn't. I'm sure he's subconsciously maintaining the stamina for a distance fight.
Well, watching the performance, I'm pretty sure that my original theory and your embellishments of it, Jimmy, I'm sure they're correct. Maybe when you have been found wanting in the stamina department as a contest goes on, a little devil inside you just holds you back, says, look, you know, you've got to go 8 rounds on this contest.
For sure, you know, 8 rounds can be a real long time if the gas runs out early.
Well, once again, the eye causing problems. It's I'm surprised, I must say, in view of the damage that it sustained, that it actually hasn't swollen up and closed, because it's looking very puffy, and the cut, although no worse, is certainly no better. King's fighting a brave fight.
There's a smile on the face of Manners as they come out for the beginning of the second half of this contest. Maybe he's planning to step the pace up, put his foot on the accelerator, and show us just what he's capable of doing. He certainly looks capable of stepping the pace up.
Well, so far, the odd rounds I've given to Colin Manners, and the even rounds to Stan King. I wonder if this will follow suit. This, on that progression, this should be Colin Manners' round. Manners in the blue.
I mean, looking at the two guys physically, Manners to me looks possibly the physically stronger of the two, but King seems to have better technique, particularly when he goes behind the left jab. But he's tending to box Manners' fight and looking to get involved in a sort of power struggle to see who's the stronger man, and that's not the art of boxing. He looks so good when he goes behind the jab and sets him up for the right hand and the combinations.
The eye, just a red smear of blood now over King's right eye. You can see it quite clearly for yourselves at home as we approach the midway point of this round 5.
Manners is very direct and menacing in his work. There's not a lot of output in terms of work rate, but he certainly looks a powerful puncher and very, very strong. And for me now, he's slightly taken over in terms of dominating the contest a little bit. I don't know if you'd agree on that. Maybe it won't matter.
You could be right. You could be right. We're in the 5th. I don't know. He may be allowed to the end of the round. Yeah, you see that? One more round, maybe.
Could make for an interesting scenario to the contest.
Yeah, it is a bad cut. Now, King is going to pour it on.
It's all or nothing. He could run onto one as well, though, Dave. You know, from manager's point of view, he needs to be a good professional now and know he's fighting a desperate man and just stay good defensively and stay on the case. A dangerous right-hand counter Manners landed with his back to the ropes on the oncoming Stan King.
And Manners absorbs the King attack.
Referee looking closely at Stan King.
I think King might get one more round.
I'm sure it'll be exciting.
Well, you have to give Stan King every credit. He and his corner have done just about everything humanly possible that there is to do. But there is really little sense, perhaps, in letting this bout run its full course. As I said earlier, the eye injury can only get worse.
I think the referee, as you can see there clearly, is probably, like, as you said, Dave, just saying, this is your last round, boy.
I reckon you're quite right, Jim. Round 6, Stan King in the white with the black trim, and Colin Manners in the blue.
He's certainly going for it, King.
He
Tried
has
the
to.
right hand bomb right at the start of the round.
He has to. That's a good ploy, that, actually.
It's a recommended one by plenty of trainers as well. Try and take the man off the bat, as it were. I'm just asking myself now as I'm looking at it, has Stan King got the power to take Manners out? Because Manners really just seems lodged in one position. No matter what King throws at him, he keeps his hands in good position, and he seems he's a compact, strong guy. He's not going to be moved. So if King's going to win, is it going to be a distance job? And will that eye hold up?
Well, we did wonder, Jimmy, whether this will be the last one.
I'm sure the referee's absolutely looking at Stan King's eye with that fault in mind.
Last minute of the round, and could be the last minute of the contest as well. The seconds really have done almost a superhuman job in stemming that cut, but there's only so much that a corner can do in 60 seconds with 1 in 1,000 adrenaline mix.
I tell you what, Dave, if Manners has got a stamina problem, he's got the perfect style for boxing with one, because if you look at his feet, there's no bounce there at all. He doesn't waste an ounce of energy. He's just staying static, creeps forward nice and slowly. And the only time he uses energy is when he actually throws punches. And he don't throw too many of them. The ones he does throw, I must say, are good quality.
Last 10. Now, is Adrian Morgan going to go over and say to Stan King, that's it? Shows no sign of doing so at the moment. Now you see Adrian Morgan, he's writing his life story in his little book. I wonder what he's going to do. He's totting up. Well, is he going to go over? I think he is going to let it go on, you know, Jim.
Yeah, I've got to agree. He's not made himself busy at all in terms of inspection. So.
Oh, wait a minute. Is he going to go over?
Does he make a lie of that statement?
The suspense is killing. No, he's going to let it go on. Round 7, we have 2 rounds to go. King can yet pull this one out of the fire.
There's that left hook that Manners favours. Gets over it right at the start of the round, but no ill effects for Stan King. When they go toe to toe like this, Dave, their heads could bounce. That's when I fear for the cut that Stan King has got. And there you see the referee, although warning Stan King, probably doing him a favour or telling him to step out of the fray. How have you got this one scored, Dave?
Yeah, I was, as you asked me that, I was just checking my scorecard. It's a very difficult contest to score this. I've gotten Colin Manners a notch ahead by virtue of that knockdown.
Make that deciding factor.
It could be. It could be. And he's also scoring well in these little flurries. It's the sustained work, such as it is coming from King, but Manners does throw the odd little flurry together, and they invariably all get through.
You know, we talked about his stamina, but he still looks very strong. I know he's paced it very sensibly.
Well, it hasn't exactly been fought at breakneck speed, has it, Jim?
Absolutely. He hasn't really come out of first gear. I don't know what his gears are like when he shifts through them, but he's walked through, let's call it one pace.
You see, these little combinations he throws on the retreat, they're very effective. Once again, we're in the last 10 seconds of a round.
The one thing we can say for sure before the start of the last round is that Stan King wants to pat his trainers on the back, because they've really kept him in the fight for the work they've done on that cut.
Yes, they've earned their percentage tonight, no mistake. Well, there seems little doubt now, although there was a huge doubt at one stage that King would get through this. It looks as if he's going to now in any contest.
Let's not forget the cut started in the first round.
Well, that's right. And I was going to say, in any contest, if you're still around in the final session and you pack a punch, as King does, then you cannot discount his chances. But I'd say the odds are reasonably good on Colin Manners at the moment.
10 seconds.
We shall see.
Time's up. 8 and last round.
Are we going to see cut victim or stamina suspect come out on top? That's the million-dollar question.
It certainly is. Could all hinge on this round. They're certainly fighting like it.
This is the only way now, Dave, I can see the contest finishing really, with both boys slugging it out. They're both, I presume, have felt the pace of the fight, even though we've already stated it was pretty level paced in our opinions. But I'd really like to see Stan King, even at this stage of the fight, work a lot more on that left jab, rather than standing toe-to-toe with Manners.
I must admit, I think Manners has done enough. Might be a diplomatic draw, you never know. After all, King has come back picked himself off the floor, fought for 7.5 rounds with a cut eye.
Which has obviously been a major concern, and you know, in defence of the guy, you don't know how much it's affected his, let's say, positive attitude towards the contest. That's a silly statement when you've got punches being thrown at you. And it's got to be close. No, Dave, is that knockdown going to be the deciding factor, as you've already stated?
In my book it is, Jim, but, well, as we often state, our opinions are just that. They don't carry any weight, of course.
The main man, the man with the white shirt and the black tie.
He's your boy. Last 30.
Now you see Stan King pushing back the stronger Manners. Now he's really trying to pull out a good last round to try and sway the verdict.
I don't think there's going to be much more than half a point or so in it at the end. A round 2 at most.
Manners has nicked it.
Yes, I reckon that's a good decision.
No hesitation from the referee. Interesting to hear the verdict all the same.
Very powerful contest. Your appreciation for both boxers.
Stan King bitterly disappointed, as you can see. And Manners generous in victory. We will get the scorecard from Alan Hughes.
And ladies and gentlemen, the referee Adrian Morgan scores the contest. 78 points to Stan King, 78.5 to Manners.
There we go,
Manners
was right,
is
just
the
half
winner.
a point, 1 round in it at the end. Maybe that knockdown proved the decisive factor.